Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's a beautiful day in the South. I've already done my loving movement for the day. I went to the Y for an early morning bike ride and swim, and it felt wonderful. And now I'm back home, dressed down to the shoes, ready to go with my day. One of the boys is working on making deer jerky right now, so there's a little bit of background noise going on as he's taking care of the kitchen counter. But he had a plan and a mission, laid his meat out last night to thaw, and he's been working on that this morning already. So we always encourage those life skills to be developed around here. Your mission today is one that you maybe haven't done in a while because we had a pretty long, cold winter. Today, I want you to declutter and sweep your front porch. For some of you, that may be a bigger project than for others of you. It's okay. Just go out there, throw away the stuff that's hanging out that needs to go in the trash, put things away that have landed on the porch that don't belong there, and give it a good sweep. Take your welcome mat, shake it out, and put it back in place. Quick and easy. I don't want you to spend more than 15 minutes on this. If you need longer than that, go back at another time. If you only need 5 minutes, remember we had a short amount of time in the living room. Spend those extra minutes you didn't use on the porch in that living room. Do a little bit more decluttering. We are also going to do a home blessing today that's quick and easy. This one should not take you 10 minutes. It should take you less than that. And it's wiping our windows and mirrors. I use my Fly Lady purple cloth. I wipe with a damp one, I dry with a dry one, and move on. I hit the smudges and the dirty spots, and I don't spend a whole lot of time trying to get every square inch of that surface wiped, because usually it's all fine except for that area where people hit with their hands or where the dog makes his little nose prints. Bathroom mirrors sometimes have a little bit more mess on them from people when they floss. So there are times when the bathroom mirror requires a little more attention than even my kitchen door mirror or window. So do that really quick, and if you find that decluttering the porch and doing your home blessing, it gives you a little bit extra time, spend that decluttering somewhere else. If it's the living room, dining room, or your entryway. Whatever in those areas need the attention. On the blog this morning, I wrote about frustrations with not being able to get those routines done quickly and all at one time. Some of you have small children at home who have needs. Even if you get up 15 minutes before they do, you still may not get through your entire morning routine before they need you. You need to be patient with yourself and realize that sometimes you may have to do that morning routine a little at a time. I do parts of my morning routine. I get up, make my bed, I get dressed, have breakfast, and then I go exercise. So I don't get dressed to the lace-up shoes like I have now. I have 2 sets of clothes in the morning because I am doing my exercise first. I come back home to get my shower and get ready for the day. Then I finish off that morning routine. I check and see what's for dinner, and I get ready and come talk to you guys. So my morning routine is not always done exactly in order all at one time. And some of you get frustrated at that. So I want you to look for the blessings when you feel like you're frustrated and see if you can get most of it done before the kids are out of bed. I know with toddlers and babies, they have a sense. When mommy gets out of bed, it's time for them to get up. You just need to do what you can do, meet the needs of those younger children who are completely dependent on you, and then get back into your routine. I keep mine written down right up here, so I can always look at a glance and see where I'm at. What do I need to do? I will post a link down in the comments later for the Fly Lady Premium app. It's free for iPhone. There is not an Android version yet, but you can put it on iPhone or an iPad, and it will give you reminders. There's a place to check off your routines. There's a place to check off your weekly home blessings. And you can have that list so you can just look at it. And you don't have to keep all this in your head of what have I done. You go into that app, you click it that you've done that one step. Then you go back later and then you click another step. But don't get frustrated with yourself or your kids because you're not getting your routine done like you want it to. Just remember that the stage of life when your kids are little and under age 3 only lasts a short time, and they will get bigger, more independent, have their own routines, and it will be okay. So look for those blessings when you're frustrated. Tonight's dinner is lasagna, and I'm going to make some more zucchini noodles. So I'm going to do both of those today. We're going to lay out the lasagna to thaw, and then later in the day I'll use my little spiralizer like I did last week and make me some zucchini noodles. Good morning, Tracy. Thanks for joining me. Katie says she's having a hard time making a routine. What I did with mine when I established them is I followed the Fly Lady, and she helps you with 31 baby steps, and she's actually doing Facebook Live every morning going through these. They're in her book here, Chaos to Clean. And you start out getting dressed to the shoes, shining your kitchen sink. As you get that habit going with those two things, you will start seeing some progress in your home. You'll start feeling better. You'll need to be drinking water. I've talked to several people in the past couple of days who are realizing they're not drinking enough water, so they're not as energetic as they could be if their body had the proper amount of water. So that is a very important routine for you and your kids. Keep water cups that are reusable available. Get the kind with lids and use a straw. That way, if they're knocked over, they don't spill, but everybody will drink their water if it's out and available. Some of you are bothered by that clutter because there's cups sitting out on your counter all day. That's your perfectionism. Having a place for those water bottles will keep them from being all over the house and getting lost, and it will encourage people to drink water. Keep it close to where you do your homeschooling if you're a homeschooler. If you just have little kids at home, keep a water cup handy. Don't keep juice cups and bottles handy, but keep a cup of water handy for them. And if you have to set alarms on your phone or on your watch to remind you to drink water, do that. You need about half of your body weight in ounces in water every day. So if you weigh 150 pounds, you need 75 ounces of water a day. I live in the South where it's hot. I sweat a lot when I exercise, so I typically will drink close to 100 ounces of water a day. But I need that extra water because I'm sweating it out right off the bat in the morning after I drink my first bottle of water and have my coffee. Then when I get back, I need to drink some more water. So I tend to drink more than I'm recommending for you guys. So unless you're getting out there and sweating for an hour like I am, drinking half your weight in ounces of plain water is what you need to do. And you will feel better. And your kids will feel better if you get them where they're drinking water regularly. So Katie, today start with getting dressed to those lace-up shoes. If you've got kids at home, they're dressed to their lace-up shoes, and shine that kitchen sink. Then you've done two things toward getting that habit and those routines established. And I'll read you guys the list here for my morning routine, because if I start memorizing it and telling you, I'll give you the order I do it in. But what you want to do is get dressed to the shoes every single morning. Swish and swipe in the bathroom. I do that as soon as I'm finished with my shower. That's the next progression in my routine. I make my bed first thing. I roll out of bed, turn around and make it. Check your calendar. What do you have to do today? We check it every evening before we go to bed, but we also check it first thing in the morning. Reboot the laundry or start it. Get a load of laundry going, and then look and see what's for dinner. If you don't do a menu plan, that's okay. Go look in the cabinet, go look in your freezer, look in the refrigerator, figure out what's for dinner first thing in the morning, and start working toward having that menu plan. I plan my menu every single Friday. Then I make my grocery list, I shop, and that gets us through the next week. If things happen and change it around, I write it out in pencil. I can move stuff around. If the boys are really hungry and they eat a lot of stuff, I always have something in the freezer for a backup meal. You can double a recipe and freeze things. You can buy an extra already made freezer meal. There are lots of ways you can have an extra meal always on hand in the freezer for that day when everything falls apart and you're not going to execute your menu plan. So I know you guys can do this. I know you can do your routines, and you don't have to be frustrated. Just keep it simple. Don't add to those routines. Get those 6 basic steps in place. Then move into the next thing in your day. Have a fantastic Wednesday. Do something you've been putting off, and I will get into the comments here shortly and drop a link for that Fly Lady Premium app. It's a free app. It is a wonderful app. There's so much there for you to use to help you with your routines. I'll see you guys in the morning.